Hello, I'm Yasmin from Yemen, and this is my extraordinary story. Please like and subscribe. I never knew who my parents were. I grew up in an orphanage, but I always got special treatment from the warden. I had a huge bedroom all to myself, while the other girls slept in one big bedroom. I didn't understand why, but I knew it had to do with who my parents were. On my 10th birthday, the warden came to me with a new girl. She introduced her as her niece, Patricia, and said she was here to serve me. Now remember, your job is just to take care of Yasmin. You're not her friend, understood? Don't make me repeat myself. But when she left, I said, Hey, you can be my friend. I don't have any, and it gets lonely. I think it's because all the girls are jealous of you. You're so pretty and smart and delicate. That's what I've heard. I can't believe I'm chosen to be your companion. Patricia and I grew close very soon. I shared all the special desserts the warden sent to me, and even made her sleep on my huge bed. It felt amazing having a friend around, but this special treatment only earned me haters, especially Linda. She was very pretty and always bragged about having Italian origins. She ate everything with a fork and knife, even soup. Once in 8th grade, I went to the living room and saw all the girls gathered around Linda, who was showing them something I couldn't see. Just then they came running to me and asked me about my gold ring. Oh, this one? The warden got it for me. She said it's really expensive. That's why most people buy fake ones. The original one has a signature carved inside it. See? Oh, look, Linda. Yasmin has the same ring as yours. Is yours original too, with the same carved signature? Linda angrily threw the ring on the floor. I hate you, Yasmin. All the girls started chanting, Liar, liar, liar. And I felt terrible. I swear I didn't mean to embarrass her. If I'd known she was showing off her ring, I wouldn't have said anything. Suddenly, one of Linda's friends called me a witch and pushed me hard to the floor before she walked away. But the next day, she was gone. The warden said she had to let her go, and I knew it was because of me. After this incident, Linda hated me even more. She didn't dare to hurt me, so she took it out on Patricia instead. She'd often mock Patricia publicly, but I'd always jump in to her rescue. One night, I suddenly woke up to the strong smell of smoke and saw the carpet by the fireplace in flames. Patricia woke up to my screams and quickly put the fire out. But moments later, the warden arrived and started yelling at her. I've always told you to put the fire out before you sleep. Why are you so stupid? I did, Aunt. I swear. I don't know how this happened. Everything's fine. We're okay. But the warden was still furious, while Patricia kept apologizing for hours. The next morning, Patricia wasn't in my room, and I find her anywhere. And then the warden told me that she'd been dismissed. What? How could you send my only friend away? Your safety is my priority. You can be friends with anyone. That's the thing. I can't. Your special treatment has made everyone dislike me. Please bring Patricia back. She'd never do anything to harm me. She's too dumb to be trusted. I care very much about you, Yasmin, and I can't let anything happen to you. Her smile gave me the creeps. Moments later, Linda popped her head into my room. Poor Patricia. I believe she put the fire out before sleeping, don't you? Yet how strange that the carpet would just catch fire on its own. So very strange. I just knew that she had something to do with it. I picked up the vase beside me and flung it at her, and she skipped away laughing. She was hateful, and I had to get my friend back. The next day, I skipped school and sat in the warden's room for hours, just staring at her. Can you please go away? I have an important meeting. Is it more important than my safety? I refused to eat a single meal that day, no matter how much the warden begged. The very next morning, she brought Patricia to my room. Don't get too excited. I'll be watching you like a hawk. Later, when we went down to the dining hall, we saw all the girls near the window giggling. They were all staring at a gorgeous boy doing some gardening. What's going on here? Everybody, go to your seats right now. From the girls' whispers, I found out that he was our gardener's son, and he was working here for a while since his father was unwell. Later that night, I just couldn't fall asleep, so I went out for a walk in the garden. But moments later, I saw a shadow loom behind me. I grabbed a wooden stick lying by me and turned to attack. No, wait, I mean no harm. I'm Omer, the gardener's son. I just came back for my tools. I see. Well, your punishment for scaring me to death is that you must entertain me with some conversation. We can't talk, miss. I've been strictly told not to. Do you always do what you're told? Just walk with me. Nothing will happen. We talked for a while, and he seemed like a really sweet person, and I found myself telling him all about my strange life here. I have every comfort I could wish for, but I just feel trapped sometimes. That's because we're only truly happy when we follow our hearts. And if your heart says it doesn't want to be caged in here, you should listen to it. His words gave me a sense of hope. I tried not to wake Patricia when I went back to my room, but she was already up. I saw you from the window. Aunt will be so mad if she finds out. Let her be mad. I'm mad at her too, like all the time. She only does things out of love. That's not love. She's determined to keep me imprisoned, but I'm gonna fly away one day. You'll see. The next day, as I was walking to school with the other girl, I passed by Omer, and he gave me a big smile. I smiled back without thinking about it much, but that very evening, the warden marched into my room. Is it true that Gardner boy smiled and winked at you? Just tell me if he's troubling you, and I'll kick him out too? Yes, if that's what it takes to keep you safe. I felt like screaming at her, but I controlled myself because I didn't want her to fire Omer. Soon after she left, I saw Omer through the window. I made a paper ball and threw it at him. He took a pen from his pocket, wrote something on the paper, and threw it back to me. Want to talk? I wrote, yes, same place, same time. Later that night, I sneaked out to meet Omer, but it wasn't easy to do that often, so we started keeping notes for each other under a flower pot, and reading them became the highlight of my day. We grew close, and sometimes I feel as if we were a little more than just friends. On my 17th birthday, we met at midnight, and he gave me some beautiful earrings. I immediately tried one on, but struggled with the second. Here, let me. I held my breath as he came close and put the earring on. Then he placed my hand on his chest. Hear that? My heart does this funny thing when you're around me. You're so lovely, Yasmin, and I want to make your wish come true. I've talked to a friend who lives in a town far away from here, and we can go to her. You can start a new life. Find your parents. Just say the word, and I'll arrange for you to leave this place. You would do that for me? I'd do anything for you. I'm in love with you. I love you too, Omer. My heart was bursting with happiness that night, but sometime later, I had a severe headache. I eventually fell asleep, but when I woke up, it was still really dark. Patricia, could you please switch on the lights? What time is it? Yasmin, it's morning, and the room is filled with light. Are you okay? I can't see anything. I couldn't stop rubbing my eyes and screaming. The warden immediately rushed me to the hospital where the doctor did some tests, and soon after, he said that a retinal migraine had made me lose my eyesight. It might come back on its own, but I can't say for sure. I felt like I'd lost everything. My sight, my chance for a beautiful life. Omer, how would I ever see him again? I sobbed in Patricia's arms and stayed in my room for days. The darkness surrounding me filled me with despair. But one night, I dictated a note for Omer to Patricia, and I asked her to leave it at our usual place. When she returned, she said she found many notes from Omer there. He's been leaving notes every day? Can you read them, please? It seemed like he hadn't heard of my condition, because he kept asking in his notes if I was fine and why I'd disappeared. But when she read the last one, she sounded upset. If the plan to run away has scared you, we don't have to go through with it. Just talk to me, please. What does this mean, Yasmin? Were you planning to run away with him? Yes, I was. I still want to leave this place forever, but this may not be the best idea. How do you know the world outside is any better? Or if you can even trust Omer? And you know how many times Aunt checked on you today? She cares so much. Don't say that again. She doesn't do anything because she cares, and I'm tired of being watched by her and having her decide things for me. I don't trust her, but I trust Omer. Patricia was reluctant, but I begged her to exchange notes between me and Omer. He was shocked to hear of my condition, but since I still wanted to escape, he made the arrangements. But a day before we were leaving, Patricia entered the room and sat down without uttering a word. Why are you so silent? Tell me. I have a note for you. Yasmin, my family found out about our plans and forbade me from ever seeing you again. It was a fool to think I could take such a big step, and I'm so sorry. You won't ever hear from me again. Hearing those words, I felt something inside me break. and suddenly I leapt forward and attacked Patricia. You liar! You just want me to stay in this jail forever, just like your wicked aunt. Please, I beg you, just tell me the truth. It's my only hope for a new life. Please. I swear, I'm not lying. I would never lie to you, Yasmin. If only I could show you. I pulled away from her and sat on the floor crying. She held me for a long time, till reality sank in. Patricia wouldn't lie to me, and Omer had broken my heart. A few weeks passed when one morning, I woke up and realized that I could see everything again, as clearly as ever. I was about to go find Patricia, but just then I spotted Omer's notes lying on the table. I angrily picked them up to throw them away, but I noticed that the last letter wasn't in Omer's handwriting. And then Patricia walked in, and she was overjoyed to see me well again. And then she took out some papers from under her shirt. This document, it has your mom's address. I stole Aunt's keys, and I went through her secret storeroom. I found your records. Now that your sight is back, let's not stay here for another minute. Oh my God, are you serious? And you'd actually run away with me? Yes, I would. 3 days ago, I heard Aunt and Linda talking. Linda had seen me keeping the notes from Omer, and she told Aunt. She threatened Omer's family and forced him to leave. So she must have written this last letter. Yes, you were right. That woman is vile. I ran straight to the warden's room and threw the note on her table. To my surprise, she didn't even seem happy that my sight was back. Why did you do this?
Don't raise your voice at me, you little brat. Your time being the princess around here is up. Pack your bags and move in with the other girls. Oh, and Patricia will be dismissed tomorrow, and you will be Linda's maid now. What's gotten into you? You've never talked to me this way before. What's different now? Just shut up. It's enough for you to know that your life's about to change for the worse, and to enjoy every single minute of it. Now get out.
I was shocked at the sudden change. I had no idea why, but one thing was for sure, I was leaving this place for good. And that very night, Patricia and I left our terrible homes forever, and I took all the precious gifts the warden had given me over the years. We traveled by train for a day till we reached the town where my mother lived, but the given address was for a broken-down cottage, and the woman who opened the door looked really poor, but so much like me. All these years, I believed I got special treatment because my parents were someone rich or powerful, but nothing made sense now. The woman asked us who we were, and when I told her everything, she burst into tears and hugged me. Oh my God, my daughter, my beautiful daughter. I can't believe my eyes. You didn't leave me in the orphanage? No, love. I didn't even know you were alive. She then told me the most extraordinary story. She used to be the maid in the king's palace, and they fell in love. But his mother kicked her out when she found out Mom was pregnant, without even letting her talk once to the king. And later when I was born, she was informed by the hospital doctors that her baby hadn't survived. I knew your grandmother was cruel, but to keep you away from me all this time, it's unimaginable. This means I'm the king's daughter? Yes, you are. His only daughter. So the old royal lady played all these tricks? She must have been paying the warden, Yasmin. That's why she gave you special treatment. Yes, but now your grandma's dead. She died only a few days ago. The warden's change of attitude suddenly made sense. She wasn't getting paid by my grandmother anymore to take care of me. I stayed with my mom the next few days and grew to love her almost instantly, and we decided soon that it was time to go see my father, the king. My heart was racing nervously as I wondered how we'd be received. But seeing Mom, the king's eyes welled up immediately and he hugged her tight. He had no idea why she'd abruptly left all those years ago, and he was even more shocked and happy to find out about his daughter. And just like that, our lives were transformed overnight. Dad immediately arranged for us to move into the palace, and I made Patricia stay with me too. I was now a real-life princess, and my first order of business was having the palace guards hunt Omer down.
Yasmin, I can't believe this. You're a princess?
Looks like it, and I would have never discovered that if you hadn't given me the courage to follow my heart.
Do you know why I left you? I am so sorry, but I had no choice.
I know everything, Omer. It's all in the past.
And your future looks amazing. You wouldn't want much to do with a gardener's son now.
I'd like to have you in my life, very much, if you still love me.
Of course I love you, Yasmin.
Then nothing else matters. And I love you too.